Alrighty, I have head coach Pat Hallmark with us today. Just finishing up a weekend sweep against Wichita State in Wichita, Kansas. Looking forward to hosting Tulane in a three-game series that's starting on Thursday. Coach, if you want to start us off with an opening statement.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Probably our best weekend pitching since we've been in conference play, but it was a good weekend all the way around. Saturday, the defense got a little bit sideways. You know, I'm a coach. We're always looking for improvement, so that's probably the one area that we need to keep addressing as much as anything else. We play good defense. We're hard to beat.
Caps, if you want to start us off.
Sure. First of all, I'm excited beyond belief. I'm come back for the Tulane series, and I've been champing at the bit to get back down there. Just want to tell you guys that missed you a lot. We're ready to rock and roll, and I look at this and I've listened to some of the games, both home and road, and Pat, it just seems that everybody is in sync, whether it's the pitching staff. I mean, I know there are spots that go awry sometimes, but it seems like overall over the last month, this team has gelled to the point where it sounds like and looks like they have a lot of confidence in what you're teaching them, the pitching coaches are teaching them, and they have a lot of confidence in themselves, relying on each other.
Yeah, I would agree. It does look that way. Again, I guess it's sort of our job as coaches to read the tea leaves or look in the crystal ball and maintain what we're doing right now and hunt for areas of improvement. I do believe if you're not improving, you're going the other direction, which is not good. So we're always looking for areas to improve, and even though we are playing well, we will hunt for those improvements to be made. You know, strike percentage is one. We mostly throw strikes, but we can definitely throw more strikes. And then I mentioned the defense earlier. So, but yeah, and we're happy to have you back too, Cappy. So looking forward to seeing you.
Same here.
Go ahead, Rylan.
Yeah, Coach. A great long road stand. How nice is it to be back at Roadrunner Field playing in front of the home crowd?
It's comfortable. Sleeping in your own bed and getting to spend some time with family is nice. So I think the guys like just being at their own place too. We enjoy the road. You know, we enjoy the camaraderie. The players really do. They're pretty close. So there's a lot of good times in the hotel. But sleeping in your own bed is nice, and eating the food you're familiar with and all that. Even though we do like the road trips as well. So hopefully we can keep playing good baseball.
Go ahead, Sean.
Coach, the pitching staff was maybe one of the things that might have been a question mark coming into the season, even through that first weekend at Arlington, but they've really performed well. How have you seen your pitchers grow collectively over this season?
Good. I mean, I think if you wanted me to grade them thus far, I'd give them a B+. I think this weekend they were a resounding A, maybe even an A+. I told the guys after the game Sunday I thought it was our best pitching performance since we've gotten into conference play. The three starters who have been super reliable for us all year were really, really good. And that's wonderful to see. They all went more than 5 innings. Miles went 7 innings. So it was great. Yeah, but we've got a good pitching staff. The best part is I think they can get even better. I keep telling Coach Butler that and Coach Malone. They're doing a great job, and I keep saying, I don't have all the answers. I absolutely do not, but I keep telling them we can improve. Our pitchers can improve, which is it's fun to be that way. We're playing pretty good, and there's rooms for growth too. So it's exciting.
Go ahead, Rylan.
Coach, so first place of the American Athletic Conference now. How do you keep your players dialed in on that goal of getting past the conference tournament?
We're trying to live in the moment more than anything, Rylan. I think if you start, stagnating or thinking about first place, you're asking for something negative to happen. So today, the moment today is rest and recovery, and a few guys that are not playing a lot that need some work, they'll come out and get some work. But mostly, living in this moment means rest and recovery for some beat up bodies for the guys that are in there every day. So that's what we're trying to do. We're literally trying to live and focus on right now in this moment. We'll focus on tomorrow and practice. And from a coaching standpoint, this moment means preparation for Tulane, but for the players, it's a day of rest and academics.
Sean?
As you look at what's made your team successful this season, Coach, and it can be tangibles or intangibles, what are kind of the big picture things that you believe have really made this team successful throughout the year?
Kind of a boring answer, but we do the fundamentals. I think we're good at the fundamentals. And what I mean when we talk fundamentals around here, we kind of try to break it down very specific so we can hold people accountable if we're not doing them. And it starts with strikes. We try to throw 62% strikes. And we mostly do. We don't always do, but that's where it starts. And then the pitchers have a couple other benchmarks that are objective. We don't like subjective. They get into fundamentals with early strikes. It's all tied to strikes and reducing the walks. So we mostly do that. And then when you get into defense, we're hunting 1 error or less per game. So we mostly do that. And when you're getting to batting, it's a little more hitting specific. I could talk hitting forever, but it's mostly about swinging at the right pitches and taking the pitches that you can't do damage on. So that's what I mean by fundamentals, and that's what I think this team is good at. It's kind of boring, but if you're good at the fundamentals, you'll at least be okay. And then there's some other, I think what maybe you are getting at, and it's true, is the team gets along. These guys really like each other, and they're fun to be around. So that's helpful too. But the fundamentals, I'm a coach, so I want the fundamentals done, and they do them pretty well. And we're going to continue to try to do them well.
Go ahead, Sean.
Your RPI as of today, number 23. How important is that? Probably we think the best in school history, and how intentional have you been in structuring your schedule to be able to do that?
I think it's important. I think it was 3 years ago, 22 season, we had a good RPI and didn't get in the tournament. So at some point, there's only so much you can control. I think what's most important is playing good baseball, focusing on this moment and maximizing right now. But the RPI matters. It certainly matters. So we do try to look at it. I do try to look at it in the off season when we're building schedules. And we just try to play the toughest people we can, non-conference, especially on Tuesdays. There is a little bit of non-conference weekends where we hope to play at home just because more than anything, it's about the weather. It's hard to get better weather in February and early March than San Antonio. So sometimes it's hard to get good teams to come here. They know we generally have a good team, and a lot of times people don't want to play us, I think, especially at our place. But, yeah, we're trying to play the best people we can play, especially on Tuesdays.
Sean?
You have Tulane this weekend, Coach. What challenges do they pose for you? What are you looking forward to the series? And then, what should fans look forward to about coming out this weekend?
Oh, I'd love to see a lot of fans out there. I think, again, I've mentioned it before, but they'll see good baseball, exciting baseball. A team that plays hard, plays aggressive, fun baseball. That's what I'm told. As a coach, I'm just trying to get them to do the fundamentals. But we do play the game hard. We run the bases aggressive. We can hit some home runs and all that good stuff. So we're going to try to do that this weekend. But Tulane's tough. The thing that jumps out at me, I have done a little bit of scouting of them already, and they can strike some batters out. They got way more strikeouts than innings pitched. They've struck out 365 guys in like 310 innings or something. So what that tells you is there's some stuff on the ball. They've got some good arms and some talented arms over there. A lot of Texas kids that we're familiar with too. And then their hitting's fine. Their hitting is tough, kind of spread out, heavy left-handed with their lineup. But the thing that jumps out at you more than anything is just the strikeouts.
Sean, you got any more for us?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Go ahead, Rylan.
Coach, you mentioned the strikeouts from Tulane. Given that context, how important is it that your team has shown some great discipline at the plate, especially from a couple of freshmen like Caden Miller and Jordan Bain?
Yeah, it's going to be critical. We talked about it at Wichita State. Wichita State's Saturday and Sunday starters were really hard throwers and did some damage with what we call the chase against other teams, people not staying in the zone. So we tried to prepare for it. It's not that easy, though. At the end of the day, you're talking about less than half a second to make these decisions. So, but we'll have the same preparation for Tulane. We're going to try to stay in the strike zone with our swings. But again, it's not that easy. It's the relaxation. I don't want to talk too much and bore everybody, but sometimes it's hard to find that combination of getting a hitter to be ready to do damage when the pitch is in the zone, but still being relaxed enough to get the take when the pitch is not in the zone. It's so underestimated in the game of baseball. It's the hardest thing to do. And yeah, so that's the goal this weekend again with these guys from Tulane, because they're going to have some stuff on the ball.
Alrighty. I think that'll wrap things up. Thank everyone for joining, and we'll see you out at the field.